Welcome back to Top Coin. Have you ever wondered if that 1993 penny in your pocket could be worth a fortune? What if I told you some of these coins are selling for thousands of dollars? Stick around as we dive into the fascinating history, market value, and rare varieties of the 1993 US 1-cent coin. The Lincoln cent, first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, has undergone several design changes over the years. The 1993 penny belongs to the Lincoln Memorial Series, which was in circulation from 1959 to 2008. On the obverse, we see the iconic portrait of Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, which has remained unchanged since 1909. The reverse features the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. This was one of the last years before the U.S. Mint transitioned to the Lincoln Bicentennial and Shield designs. Unlike older pennies made mostly of copper, the 1993 cent is composed of 97.5% zinc with only a thin copper coating. This change was made in 1982 to cut down on production costs. However, some rare errors and unique varieties from 1993 can make a simple penny extremely valuable. Now, let's talk about market value. Most 1993 pennies in circulation are worth just 1 cent, but in pristine, uncirculated condition, they can fetch significantly higher prices. For example, a 1993 penny graded MS69 by PCGS once sold for over $4,000. The key to high value is condition. Coins with no scratches, strong details, and full luster are in high demand among collectors. But that's not all. There are also rare error coins that can be worth a fortune. Error coins are some of the most sought-after collectibles. Let's take a look at some of the rarest 1993 penny errors that could be hiding in your change. First up, the 1993 double die obverse. This occurs when the coin is struck by a misaligned or doubled die, causing parts of the design, especially Lincoln's face or the lettering, to appear doubled. If you find one of these, it could be worth anywhere from $100 to several $1,000s, depending on the clarity of the doubling. Next, we have the off-center strike. When a coin is misaligned during the minting process, part of the design is missing. The more off-center the strike, the rarer and more valuable the coin. Some have sold for over $500. Another incredibly rare error is the 1993 penny struck on a dime planchet. If a 1993 penny was accidentally minted using a dime blank, it will be much smaller and lighter than a regular cent. These errors can fetch prices upwards of $2,000. So how can you find one of these valuable 1993 pennies? Here are a few tips. Check your loose change and coin rolls. Sometimes rare pennies slip into circulation. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to inspect for doubling and minting errors. Look for high-grade, uncirculated examples. Coins with a brilliant, untouched surface are always in demand. Consider getting your coin graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC. So, is your 1993 penny worth more than 1 cent? It just might be. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, searching for these rare and valuable coins can be exciting and rewarding. Who knows? Your next big find could be hiding in plain sight. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more exciting coin discoveries. Let us know in the comments if you've ever found a rare penny in your collection. Until next time, happy collecting. What if I told you that a simple 1-cent coin could be worth as much as $68 million? Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, stick around because today, we're diving deep into the world of the 1992 Lincoln penny, a rare coin that has collectors going crazy and bidding big money. By the end of this video, you'll know why this penny is so valuable, what to look for, and how you might just have a hidden fortune in your pocket. Before we dive into the rare and valuable versions of the 1992 Lincoln penny, let's take a quick history lesson. The Lincoln penny has been around since 1909, first introduced to celebrate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. The design, created by Victor David Brenner, has remained a staple in U.S. currency for over a century. Fast forward to 1992, and we have a significant change in the penny design that would unknowingly create one of the most sought-after modern coins, the 1992 close AM penny. Now, here's where things get really interesting. Most 1992 pennies have what's called a wide AM and the word America on the reverse side. However, A small number of them were mistakenly minted with a close AM, meaning the letters and M in America are nearly touching. This tiny error makes all the difference. If you happen to find a 1992 penny with the close AM variety, congratulations, you could be holding onto a gold mine. So, how much money are we talking about here? Well, in recent auctions, 1992 close AM pennies in pristine condition have sold for thousands of dollars. One near-perfect example sold for over $25,000. And get this, some experts believe that as more collectors recognize their rarity, prices could soar even higher. Some estimates even place the potential value in the millions as demand skyrockets. A well-preserved, uncirculated 1992 close AM penny graded MS67 or higher could fetch over $50,000. And who knows? In the right market, it might even hit that mythical $68 million mark. Alright, so how can you tell if you've struck it rich? Here's what you need to do. Find a 1992 penny, flip it over, and look at the word America. If the and M are nearly touching, you might have the close AM variety. If you suspect you have one, get it professionally graded. Companies like PCGS and NGC can certify the coin's authenticity and grade, which impacts its value. So, what's the market looking like for these pennies today? Well, with the rise of online auctions, rare coin collecting has never been hotter. Investors and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for high-grade 1992 close AM pennies. Many dealers actively seek them, and as awareness grows, so does their value. A few years ago, a well-graded close AM penny might have sold for a few $1,000s. Today, some are hitting 5 figures, and the sky's the limit. The 1992 close AM penny isn't the only one that can make you rich. Here are a few more to keep an eye out for. 1943 copper penny, worth up to $1.70 million. 1955 double die penny, can sell for over $100,000. 1972 double die penny, sells for thousands. So, if you're checking your change for a rare 1992 penny, be sure to look for these other hidden treasures too. So, what are you waiting for? Go check your piggy banks, wallets, and that old coin jar sitting in your closet. You might just be sitting on a fortune. If you enjoyed this video and want more content on rare and valuable coins, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. And let me know in the comments, have you ever found a rare coin in your pocket change? I'd love to hear your stories. Did you know that some 1991 US 1-cent coins could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars? That's right. Most people overlook these tiny copper-coated pennies, but a few rare varieties could make you rich. In today's video, we'll dive deep into the fascinating history of the 1991 Lincoln cent, its market value, and the rarest error coins that could bring you a fortune. So, if you have a jar of pennies lying around, you might want to check them after watching this video. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more coin collecting secrets. The history of the 1991 Lincoln cent. Before we talk about big money, let's start with the history behind the 1991 1-cent coin. This penny is part of the Lincoln cent series, which has been in circulation since 1909. The obverse, or front side, of the coin features Abraham Lincoln's portrait, designed by Victor David Brenner. The reverse, or back side, showcases the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo, which had been used since 1959. Quick history facts. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. The Lincoln Memorial design was used from 1959 to 2008 before being replaced by the shield design in 2010. The 1991 penny was made of zinc with a thin copper coating, a composition first introduced in 1982 to save costs. Unlike the classic copper pennies from the early 20th century, 1991 pennies are made of 97.5% zinc and only 2.5% copper. This change was due to the rising cost of copper, making it too expensive for mass production. How many were minted? Now, let's talk numbers. How many 1991 pennies were actually minted? Well, a lot. Minting locations and production numbers. Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, 5.16 billion coins. Denver Mint, D, mint mark, 4. What if I told you that some 1990 US 1-cent coins could be worth thousands of dollars? Yes, that tiny piece of copper and zinc you barely think about could turn into a major payday. Today, we'll uncover the history of the 1990 Lincoln penny, explore its market value, and reveal the rare variations that collectors are paying big money for. Stick around because you won't want to miss this. The Lincoln penny has been an American staple since its introduction in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this coin became the first U.S. currency to feature a real person. Over the years, the Lincoln penny saw many changes, and in 1982, the U.S. Mint made a major shift, moving from a 95% copper composition to a core made of 97.5% zinc with a thin copper plating. The 1990 Lincoln penny follows this composition. But what makes this seemingly ordinary coin so special? Keep watching to find out. The 1990 penny in circulated condition is usually only worth its face value, 1 cent. However, uncirculated or high-grade examples can fetch a premium. Coins graded MS-65 by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or Numismatic Guarantee Company, NGC, can be worth around $5 to $10. But here's where things get really interesting. Imagine a simple printing error turning a penny into a jackpot. That's exactly what happened with the infamous 1990 no-S-proof penny. Normally, proof pennies are struck at the San Francisco Mint and bear an S mint mark. But due to a minting mistake, a small number of proof pennies were made without the S mint mark. These rare errors have sold for thousands at auction. One of these rare, no-S-proof pennies graded PR69 Deep Cameo by PCGS sold for over $25,000. So if you happen to own a 1990 proof set, check that penny immediately. It could be worth more than you ever imagined. Besides the no-S-proof penny, there are other errors and variations that make the 1990 penny valuable. Here are a few to watch out for. Double die pennies. Some 1990 pennies have a slight doubling on the letters or date, making them highly desirable to collectors. Off-center strikes. If the penny was struck incorrectly, causing an off-center design. It could be worth anywhere from $50 to several $100s depending on the percentage of the off-center error. Broad-struck errors. This happens when a coin is struck without the retaining collar, causing it to spread wider than normal. These can fetch a decent price in auctions. Now that you know what to look for, here's a quick guide on how to check if you have a valuable 1990 penny. Look for the mint mark. If you have a proof set, check if the penny has the S mint mark. If it doesn't, you might have hit the jackpot. Check the condition. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. If you have an uncirculated penny, consider getting it professionally graded. Examine for errors. Use a magnifying glass to check for double die, off-center strikes, or broad-struck errors. Weigh your penny. A genuine 1990 penny should weigh about 2.5 grams. If it weighs significantly more or less, it could be a rare mint error. So, what are you waiting for? Go dig through your piggy bank, check your old coin collections, and who knows, you might just have a hidden treasure. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more coin hunting tips, and comment below if you've ever found a rare penny. Thanks for watching, and happy treasure hunting! Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1989 United States 1-cent coin. You might have some of these pennies lying around, but did you know that certain versions of this coin could be worth a small fortune? Stick around as we uncover the history, key details, and the shocking market value of this seemingly ordinary coin. Before we talk about value, let's first look at the history of the 1989 penny. This coin features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, a design by Victor David Brenner that dates back to 1909. The reverse side, from 1959 to 2008, showcases the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. The 1989 penny was struck at 3 major U.S. mint facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia and Denver mints produce circulation coins, while the San Francisco Mint struck proof coins specifically for collectors. Unlike older pennies, which were made mostly of copper, the 1989 Lincoln cent was composed of a copper-plated zinc core, a transition that began in 1982. This was done to reduce production costs. But what makes the 1989 penny so interesting to collectors today? Let's find out. Market value and RARITIES. Now, let's talk about market value. In general, circulated 1989 pennies are worth just face value, 1 cent. But the real excitement begins when we talk about rare errors and high-grade specimens. For example, if you have a 1989 penny in near-perfect condition, graded MS-67 or higher by PCGS or NGC, it could fetch $50 to $500, depending on its rarity. Error coins are even more valuable. Some of the most sought-after errors include double die errors. These occur when the coin's design is struck twice slightly misaligned. Some rare double-die 1989 pennies have been sold for over $1,000 off-center strikes. When the coin is not properly centered during the striking process, it creates an interesting misprint. Depending on the severity, these coins can sell for $50 to $300. Clipped planchets. This happens when a portion of the coin is missing due to an issue during minting. Values range from $30 to $200. Transitional errors. Occasionally, a coin might be struck on a planchet from a previous year's composition, making it incredibly rare and valuable. One of the highest recorded sales of a 1989 penny was an MS-68 specimen that sold for nearly $5,000. Imagine finding one of these in your loose change. How do you check if you have a valuable 1989 PE in NY now? You might be wondering, do I have a rare and valuable 1989 penny in my collection? Here's how to check. Look for the mint mark. Check under the date for a D, Denver, or S, San Francisco. No mark means it was minted in Philadelphia. Inspect the condition. Coins in near-perfect condition, shiny, no scratches, no wear, are the most valuable. Check for errors. Use a magnifying glass or coin microscope to spot doubling, off-center strikes, or other minting mistakes. Get it graded. If you think you have a special penny, consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to determine its true value. And don't forget, some error pennies can only be identified by experts, so it's worth doing your research. So there you have it, folks. The 1989 1-cent coin might just be hiding a treasure right in your pocket. While most of these pennies are common, certain rare specimens and errors can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. If you love coin collecting or just want to check your change for hidden gems, now's the time. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update on valuable coins. Let me know in the comments, have you ever found a rare penny in your collection? Thanks for watching, and as always, happy collecting.